Hello Commanders, welcome back to another Elite Dangerous news video. Newsletter 73 has been released and we slowly learn more and more details about the upcoming and much anticipated Powerplay update. We already know that the maximum number of powers available in Powerplay will be around 20, but when Powerplay goes live there will be only around 10 powers available for you to pledge your allegiance. We know we have a very good idea of who half of them are they, but it will be very interesting to find out who are the rest, if they belong in another faction or if they are independent. Very interesting are the news about the Alliance and how Prime Minister Mahon is trying to convince other members of the Alliance, other independent factions that belong to the Alliance, to start acting more like a single faction, like the Federation or the Empire, and form even their own Alliance Navy and start building their own faction-specific ships. This news of course indicates that Prime Minister Mahon will be a new personality, he will represent a new power belonging to the Alliance, and he will try to unite all the independent factions under a single banner, making the Alliance a very strong faction and even trying to compete with the Federation or the Empire later. Some really good news for everyone that likes the Alliance and would like to side with them. Also we learned that new personalities will be very easy to come and go into the game, and this is because if powers fail to complete their goals, fail to complete their tasks, they will be probably destroyed and their leaders, their personalities, will probably be killed, executed or imprisoned by their enemies. This is definitely a very interesting gameplay, but it might not be the best to see your favorite personality to be killed by your worst enemy. We also learn how PvP against members of an opposing power will work. If you are flying in a territory that belongs to your power, you are pretty much free to attack every member of an opposing power as long as this power doesn't belong to the same faction as your power. So that means that if your power belongs to the Empire, you are pretty much free to attack every member of another power that belongs to Federation or the Alliance or it's independent without any consequences, but only inside the territory that your power controls. Powers that belong to the same faction will probably have other ways to deal with each other and resolve any conflict, such as trading. Something that might disrupt PvP balance between powers is the fact that some powers might have specific modules and specific weapons to offer to their members. This might be in the form that some powers have a preference for a certain weapon system, so for example Patreus can have lasers, beam lasers, and we will have some Patreus beam lasers to play with, or other powers will have a preference for other systems. I just hope they won't be overpowered and they won't offer significant advantage over your enemies. This addition, if not implemented correctly, could create a lot of problems to the PvP balance of the game and will force people to flock under the banner of a single power if they have an overpowered weapon. What do you think about these new informations about the Powerplay update? Do you like them or not? Do you think they will help or hurt the game? And I would love to hear your opinion about the PvP changes, the power-specific modules or weapons, and of course the fact that it seems to be very easy for a personality to die and another to take its place. But of course Powerplay is not only about powers. With Powerplay there will be a new way to deal with crimes. First of all, fines will take 7 days now to mature into bounties. This will give you more time to clear them off, to pay them. At the moment the amount of time it takes for a fine to mature into a bounty is 24 hours. The most important change though is that now bounties will be issued by minor factions only and you won't be able to pay them and clear them for at least 7 days. If you have an active bounty and you commit a bounty offense, the value of your bounty will be increased and of course the time will be reset, but if you get a new fine, the value of your bounty will be increased but the time will not be reset. If a bounty hunter or an NPC detects your bounty and kills you, then he collects the bounty and this will be removed from you. If someone destroys you without detecting the bounty first, then the bounty becomes dormant and some certain things can happen. First of all, the dormant bounty can only be identified, can only be detected by scans of the jurisdiction that has issued the bounty at the first time, and that means that if they do detect the bounty, then it becomes again an active bounty and you will have to wait for 7 days to pay it off. If the dormant bounty though is not detected for 7 days, then it will be removed, and the same goes for active bounties. If a bounty that is active won't be claimed for 7 days, it will also be cleared. With the Powerplay update, when a bounty is removed for whatever reason, it will be added as a legacy fine to the certain jurisdiction that has issued the bounty, so that means that if you die and you have to rebuy your ship, at a station that belongs to the jurisdiction that has issued a bounty. If let's say your bounty is 100k credits, you will have to pay an extra 100k credits to rebuy your ship. Legacy fines are permanent and cannot be removed.
Target destroyed.
Another addition with the Powerplay update is that now ramming at speed inside the no-fire zone will be considered as a crime and will probably force the station to fire at you and destroy you, or ice a bounty on your head. In order to avoid this dangerous situation, you will have to fly inside the no-fire zone with less than 100 meters per second, and this might not be as easy as it sounds, and it will increase time for traders to complete their trade routes. We will have to wait and see how this will go, if it is effective, and if people that doing this thing, the ramming thing, will find a way to work around it. I would like to know your opinion about the crime changes, the bounties, the legacy fine especially, that will be very interesting, and of course the speed at which you can approach a station and you can dock. What do you think of these changes? Are they good? Will they help the game or not? Let me know. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm Squid of Love, fly safe commanders, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.